Hi, my name is Steven and welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be talking to you about my thoughts on YouTube 2 years and 100 videos in. I never imagined that I would be in this position and having made 100 YouTube videos. But here I am 2 years in on YouTube and making the 100th video. This marks a significant achievement in me and my journey in this creative venture. When I first started YouTube, I had completely different goals than what I have now. My goal was just to reach a larger audience and monetize it within a year. But what I discovered was that it became a passion project for me, and I started to realize that I wasn't in it for the money. Although that would be nice if that were the case. Please like and subscribe. But not only does this channel help me to scratch my creative itches, it also helped me to dive into my deeper personality as a result, and help me work through some of the deep conflicts that I have in my life. Through this channel, I've become more balanced as an individual, as I finally have a creative outlet for my goals and aspirations. My focus is no longer towards solely monetizing this channel, but rather using it as an outlet for my thoughts, feelings, and musings along the journey of life. As I reflect on my time and experience on YouTube, I want to go through what I learned along this journey. And there are several valuable experience skill sets that I've learned from YouTube, which has helped me to become a better writer, speaker, and emotionally connected person. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about my background, my thoughts on YouTube 2 years in, and my general thoughts. Before we start, be sure to like, subscribe, comment, share with your friends, hit that notification bell if you like this content, and let's go. When I started this channel 2 years ago, I really wanted to monetize my time and create some passive income for myself. As I spent a lot of time watching YouTube videos, I had a lot of thoughts and feelings that I wanted to share with the world, and this seemed like the perfect outlet to do so. And it was a huge bonus that a lot of YouTubers got their start during the pandemic and made money from it. It really seemed like the ideal solution for me wanting to make more money and have a creative outlook during the pandemic. And as I started, it was really difficult in the beginning to get my feet wet in this. There was a lot that goes into making a YouTube video, and I had to start from scratch, learning a new skill set along the way. The rhythm, the cadence, and how to capture audience attentions were all things I struggled with. But slowly over time, I improved and became more efficient at making these videos. And along the way, I gained a lot of confidence within my writing and speaking skills as a result of that, which, given my background in engineering, really helped me with my career. So along the journey of my YouTube channel, I really grew as an individual as a result of this. The culmination of all this effort is that now I have a library of thoughts and ideas that I put out into this world online. And hopefully it will be a snapshot of my thoughts and feelings at the time. Something to leave for other people in the future, and also as a legacy to myself. I don't know if I'm going to be successful or not in the future, but all I know is that I will be preserved in history online. And ultimately that's why I keep making these videos, 100 videos in, with very few chances of monetizing in the next couple of months. Because ultimately it is a labor of love, and I spent hundreds of hours on these videos over the past couple of years. But I do believe that I have the sustainability needed to keep making these videos at least at once per week. So I'll make these videos as long as I can to share my creative thoughts into the world. So here are my thoughts on YouTube 100 videos in. Number 1, making videos was worth it. I have zero regrets pouring 5 to 6 hours each video over the last 2 years. This was really a labor of love and was worth the time commitment I invested in it. This creative outlook really gave me a sense of purpose during the pandemic. And looking back on it, it really helped me in other aspects of my life that I hadn't anticipated. I got better in communicating effectively, my writing skills, and also my writing speed. And what also helped me was that I got better and faster at making those videos the more I did it. And these videos during the pandemic really helped me to distract myself from all that's going on in the world. Because quite frankly, you can go into the downward spiral of bad news all the time. And this was something that I can do to boost my skills and also take my mind off of the bad stuff. Even though the goal was to make money off of these videos, the more I did it, the more I realized I didn't need a penny from it to keep making these videos. It was a deeper need to keep going with these videos the more videos I made. And eventually it became a habit, so I kept it going on and on. And because I wasn't so focused on monetizing this channel, I really got to make the videos that I want into the world, and not have my videos purely about monetization of my channel. So really I wanted to make the videos that I want and share that with the world. Number 2, if you want it, it will happen. I relearned something that was important along my journey into YouTube, and that is, if you want something, you're gonna work for it no matter what. And that if it's important enough, you'll make the time for it in your life. Going into this, I knew that YouTube was gonna be a very time-consuming process. and that there was many times that I didn't think I had the time commitments available to make one video per week. I do all the work for these videos myself. I don't outsource anything. That means I spend a lot of time on each video, and that hasn't ablated at all. But as I've gotten better and more efficient at making videos, I am able to make them quicker with each successive run. Before I started my channel, I promised myself that I would try it out for at least 3 years. This was a large ask, especially since I didn't know how it was going to turn out in the end. But I made it work, and the time commitment needed to make at least one video per week. Now that I'm almost 2/3 of the way to my 3-year goal, I think that it's absolutely achievable for me. It gives me a huge confidence boost that I can take long-term tasks that are very difficult and still execute on them. So the biggest lesson that I relearned from this experience is that if you want something, you will dedicate time and you will do it. And I'll take this lesson and apply it to the next long-term and complex tasks that come my way. Number 3, learning new things in your mid-30s. Learning to create a YouTube channel for the very first time meant that I had to take on a lot of new skills along the way. And seeing that I'm in my mid-30s and I have no background into videos whatsoever, this was going to be a big ask. I took on things that I've never learned to do before, such as scripting, video editing, and filming. And by far the hardest was video editing, because that is something that's a very specialized skill and it takes a lot to be good at. There are so many different ways to make your videos look right and add special effects, and it's just overwhelming when you first start out. My stuff is all very basic, and I don't really have the time to dig into the snazzy special effects. Maybe someday I will. But ultimately it took days and nights and watching other people's YouTube channel to figure out how to use that video editing software. It's still the one skill set that I've learned over the past 2 years that I don't really know how to apply to my career. But in the grand scheme of things, I took on this huge task to learn something new in my mid-30s. And I would say that I did get fairly proficient at these skill sets. As you age, it gets harder and harder to learn new things, and this was absolutely a test for me to see if I still got it. Because the more things I learn, the older I get, it makes my brain more malleable and more flexible for the future. And having the ability and confidence to keep learning new things as I age will be benefit in the future for me. But when I was learning these skills, I had to keep reminding myself that it's okay to start from the bottom and suck at everything. You just gotta have the patience and time needed to get better at those skills. If I didn't get something, I would go easy on myself and not beat myself up for it. So knowing that I can learn new things in my mid-30s gives me a big boost of confidence that I can use for future things. Number 4, needed to be creative. For most of my life, I focused on STEM subjects, science and math primarily. And I only did creative subjects when the opportunity presented itself or I was forced to do it, which honestly over the course of my schooling wasn't that frequent. And as I chose to major in engineering in college, those creative opportunities lessened even more. So fast forward to the pandemic, which I wasn't doing anything creative at all. And during that time, it had been a long while since I did anything remotely creative, which was improv back in 2019. Sitting at home after work, I needed an outlet to scratch that creative itch that I had. I have always been a person with strong opinions and the will to put that out into the world. I just needed the perfect platform to come along the way, and YouTube came calling to me. During the pandemic, I watched a lot of YouTube videos and it got into my head that I needed to put myself on that platform as well. Upon realizing how easy it was to start my own YouTube channel, then I started to plan out how I would do it. During this process and writing scripts for my initial YouTube videos, it gave me a boost of creativity that I hadn't had in years. And the longer I did it, the more fulfilling it became over time. It gave me a creative outlet to instantly put down my thoughts and ideas out into the world. So even at 100 videos in, I still have a lot of topics that I want to cover in this channel. Because as long as I can, I want to try to get down everything in my brain out into the world. Number 5, sustainability. And lastly, the biggest question that I had when I started YouTube video was that whether or not I can actually sustain 3 years of making YouTube videos. Those first few videos that I made really questioned my commitment to this, as it took more than 8 hours for each video. And looking back on those videos, they weren't good at all. As I gotten better and created more videos, I realized the most important tool in the YouTube toolset, which is having a backlog of videos. Once I had a few weeks worth of videos already ready to go, it became way more sustainable over time to make YouTube videos. I no longer needed to push myself every single week and can take weeks off for vacation if needed. Essentially, I could start batching things together so that I can have an intense period of focus and then cruise and vacation on the other times. And other efficiencies along the way helped me with sustainability over this period of time. Having a better camera, simplifying the filming style, and also having a template for scripts helped immensely. And the act of making YouTube videos simply became a habit for me, so that I didn't really need to think about whether I had the energy to do it or not. I just did it. And over the last 2 years, it's just been ingrained in me to do YouTube videos every week. So looking at all the videos that I've done, it's amazing to me that I put in so much work for what amounts to a couple of views per week. But ultimately, I think the joy of creating really puts me in that position to make more videos regardless of the views I get. So yeah, I definitely think this can be sustainable going forward into the future and hit my milestone of 3 years. So here are my thoughts on YouTube 100 videos in. So after my 3-year goal, I want to evaluate my feasibility into continuing this for the future. Because as my time demands are going to be more limited in the future as my child grows, I want to reevaluate whether or not I want to put the same amount of effort in. And I do realize that it's going to be harder and harder to keep that 1 video per week schedule. So after 3 years, I might want to play around with my videos, making them longer, better, versus 1 episode per week. And going forward, I also want to work on improvement of several areas of my videos. Maybe better lighting, more camera angles, and possibly the inclusion of B-roll footage. However, these changes will take time and resources that I don't have, so I'll have to figure out my schedule for it. Nevertheless, I'm slowly improving the quality of my videos with every single one that I make, and really assuring that the core content of what I make is aligned to what I want to put out into the world. So those were my thoughts on YouTube 2 years in. It has been a significant journey and an incredible time commitment to get to this point. But I do not regret all the work that I put into this over the last 2 years. And along the way, I acquired a variety of skill sets that will benefit my life in the future. Some of which were anticipated, but others were more of a pleasant surprise for me. I also completed a library of my thoughts and ideas, and I've put it out in this world. And hopefully it'll help some people and leave a lasting impression on others. As I look towards the future of my channel, I do want to make constant improvements to it and eventually monetize it as well. So I hope that you find this channel informative and that you follow me on my journey each and every week. So thank you for watching. Please leave a comment down below on what are your thoughts on improvement of my channel over the next 100 videos. And I'll see you next time.